You know what the vibes are. My hair's not even picked out, but Mr. Consistent back at being consistent. Growth only. You know me, I'm insistent. Really, I'm about to go win it. I'm not trying to cuss, and I also gotta go to sleep. So I'm gonna just get right on business and stand on it. Let's go. Hi. Hey. My name's Oscar with Southwestern Advantage. You must be the mom of the house. Great. I'm the college student who's been sitting down with all the families in the Yellow County School District, showing educational resources from high schoolers down to toddlers. Not quite sure if you've had the chance to see me on Facebook yet, but I was just talking to the grooms, the rows, and the causers, and I wanted to stop by for a minute. I show it to 35 families a day, so I only get a few minutes with each one. Do you have a quick place to sit inside, or would out here be better? No worries. I guess you haven't heard about me. Like I said, my name's Oscar. Just a college student from North Dakota State, and this is my summer internship. I've had a lot of fun showing various families in the neighborhood our apps, books, and leadership program. It's something that the grooms, the rows, and the campers have picked up. If you like it, great. If not, that's okay too. I get credit just for showing it. And everyone's been super nice as long as I don't take up too much of their time. I can show you right out here. Like I said, my name's Oscar. I'm sorry I didn't catch your name. Beth? Nice to meet you, Beth. Just to be clear, I'm not at the schools at all, and this is nothing, and I don't have anything you're required to get. I'm actually a college student from North Dakota State University, and I'm doing this internship to help pay my way through school. The plan's to be debt-free by the time I graduate. So, Ms. Jones, this is actually my second week here in Pennsylvania. It's been awesome to sit down with all the families, showing them educational resources and leadership program this summer. I get to help kids learn their ABCs up through ACTs, SAT prep, and in return I gain experience, develop my skills, and help pay for school. So our system is a combination of educational websites, apps, and leadership program. Educational resources, websites, apps, and leadership program. Yeah. Why am I blanking? Fuck. Yeah, so our system is a combination of educational websites, apps, and leadership program, because most families feel it takes a lot more than just academics to excel in life. Yeah, most families pick it up to help their kids. Get better grades in school, or to save time on studying. Yeah, some of the families that have picked this up. You probably recognize some of the families that have picked this up. Everybody knows the grooms. What about the Cousers? Awesome. So, Ms. Jones, I'm sure you'll love it, but I've come to find from experience it normally goes by quicker if I show the kids, because they're the ones that are going to be using it. At the end of the day, no need to buy something they're not going to use, right? Yeah, can we grab the kids and dad? Hi, you must be Papa Bear. My name's Oscar. I'm the college kid showing everyone educational resources, and I take it you're Billy. Hey Billy, my name's Oscar. I'm a college student who's going to be sitting down with you, and going to be sitting down with all the families in the Yellow County School District. I go to school at North Dakota State University. Have you heard of that school? Oh, you have? That's awesome. Yeah. So, yeah, I'm showing all the families. I'm sitting down with all the families, showing them some stuff for school. No, it's not extra homework, or no, you're not going to get sent anywhere. It's just a super huge time saver, right? It's just a super huge time saver, right? Now, I'll go ahead and give you a quick look, and you can let me know. You can let us know if you're going to be using it next year. You know, if you think it's going to be something that's going to be helpful for this upcoming school year, and moving forward. If you like it, great, but if not, that's perfectly okay. So, what grade are you going into? 6th? That's awesome. Okay, great. So you're going into 6th grade. I think we have some mutual friends. Yeah. What would you say is your best subject in school? Oh, okay, that's awesome. Do you do any sports, extracurricular activities, anything outside of school? Theater? Maybe? Okay. What would you say is what would you say is the would you say school comes pretty easy, or do you got it, or does it take a little bit of time to get the grades you want? Okay, what class would you say takes the most time for you to makes the most time and effort for you to get the grades you want out of it? Awesome. Okay, so Ms. Jones, so Mr. and Mrs. Jones, Billy, I'll go ahead and show you all the system and give you a quick look at it. Now, my job is to find a need and to help fulfill a need, not to sell you stuff. So, if you like it and think it's going to be helpful and useful, great. I hope you pick it up like I have for a lot of other families. But at the same time, if you don't think it's going to be useful, just don't get it. Sound good? The one favor that I do ask though is, since I shows to 35 families every single day, my job is to show every family that gives me the time of day. My job is to show it to over 2,000 different families in the Yolo County School District. They show them to every family. Show them to over 2,000 different families, over 3,000 different families this summer. I only get to show it to each family one time. So, if you like it, great. That's a big yes. And if you don't like it, great. That's a big no. But is it fair to me to ask you to shoot me straight one way or the other? The in-betweens and the comeback laters make the job a lot more complicated than it needs to be. Okay, awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, I'll go ahead and give y'all a quick look and you can let me know what you think about it. Awesome. Okay, so here we have, so Mr. and Miss Jones, from all the families that I've talked to, I've met a lot of moms, and from all the families that I've talked to so far, I've met a lot of moms and dads who have the same problem. They really want to be involved in their kids' education, but they really want to be involved in their kids' education. The problem is, they really want to be involved in their kids' education. But the problem is, for a lot of them, it's been way too long since they were last in school. So when it comes to all the topics, they either forgot it, never had it, or a lot have changed since they last had it. Sound familiar? All right, check this out. So notice how it has both old method 1 and new method 2. It actually shows both methods so the parents and the kids can reference each other at home. Isn't that neat? Yeah. And the cool thing is, the apps and websites have a lot of different videos, quizzes, and worksheets that the kids can work on to get more practice if they need it. Get more practice if they need it. All right. So, need it. And the app, and it's over, need it. And the cool thing is, there's over 4,000 different videos that range anywhere from 2 minutes to 5 minutes to help the kids get all the information that they need all together in one spot. Now, Billy, you ever have that issue where you'll go to class, you get 1 or 2 easy examples, get 30 problems of homework, then the last few homeworks are just way harder than expected? Right? Isn't that frustrating? Check this out. If you actually go on the app, cool. Now, if you actually go in the app and search a page number, it'll give you a problem from that exact same page number, with the teacher breaking down that exact problem step by step by step. So, step by step. For instance, if I just go to a random page, right? If you were to search page 59 in the app, it'll actually bring up a 2 to 3 minute video of a teacher solving this exact problem step by step by step. That way, if the directions don't make as much sense to you as we hope they do, there's a video that'll help you work like that at the same time. You know? Something else that a lot of families have struggled with is just time, because there's only 24 hours in a day, and many families are busy with sports, activities, and work. And Google's really good for research, projects, and papers, but when it comes to day-to-day schoolwork, it's hard to find what you're looking for. For instance, with history, what do you usually have to remember? The peoples, places, dates, and events, right? Now, instead of going through a 40-page chapter for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and taking notes on that, You actually have all of it all in one page with more details on each. And if you're looking for a particular event, you break down particular events later on in the chapter. Isn't that neat? Saves you a lot of time. Saves you a lot of time. And the third reason is it saves a lot of time. And the third reason is that every student's different. And most families understand the importance of education, and they want their kids to have the best opportunities. But whether your student's a straight A student and whether your student needs a little bit of extra help to keep up and catch up, or they're just a straight A student and or they're just a straight A student and they want to advance at their own rate, there's plenty of help for everybody. Check this out. There's plenty of help for everybody. Check this out. In the English section, everything that you need to learn about English to get more detail in terms of punctuation, grammar, all of that is all in one spot. We actually break down all the different parts of speech, conjugation of verbs, and rules of punctuation with multiple different examples, broken down step by step by step. Throughout these pages all together in one spot. Isn't that neat? Right? And there's also a writing and research section that helps you find the information that you're looking for. A literature section that breaks down important pieces of literature and important people in the history of literature, all together in one spot. It's like a one-stop shop for everything you need to know for all your English classes. Isn't that neat? Awesome. Isn't that neat? Awesome. And again, if you're a student, isn't that neat? And if you're a straight A student that wants to advance at their own rate, outside of English, we also have a super cool science book that covers so much information. In the chemistry book, you actually get a periodic table of elements, but beyond that, all the elements get alphabetized. And beyond that, there's actually a broken down short description of all the different elements, color-coded from A to Z. Isn't that neat? Not only do you get the elements and their atomic numbers, you also get the different uses, whether they're commonly used in bases, what their different uses, different numbers you might need to do some calculations, the properties of the different element, all together in one spot. Isn't that neat? Now, lastly, Miss Jones, something that's been Lastly, Ms. Jones, is, like I mentioned earlier, is our leadership component. Lastly, Ms. Jones, like I mentioned earlier, is our leadership component. Because most families feel it takes a lot more than just academics to be successful in life. Our system includes leadership. Our system includes a leadership component that teaches success habits and interpersonal skills. Success habits, interpersonal skills that could be used throughout the rest of their lives. Things like goal setting, time management, schedule, attitude, habits, all different things they're going to need to master as they get older to achieve their goals in life. For instance, I'm sure you understand the importance of setting goals and working to reach those goals, right? Did you know that most students are never taught the proper strategy on how to do that? You can actually break down any goal into 7 simple steps. When you do these 7 simple steps, you drastically increase your ability to achieve that goal. And everything and all the lessons happen at your own pace, so it's a self-paced system. It's a self-paced system. And through that, it's a self-paced system. And through completion of different lessons, you actually get certificates and letters of recommendation, all of which look great on college resumes. All things look great on college applications and resumes for job applications, right? Isn't that neat? Resumes for job applications. Resumes for job applications. Isn't that neat? And resumes for job applications. And the most important part of the LEAD program is the connections you get to a personal mentor. The mentor you meet with a couple of times a month, and he or she will guide you, and he or she will guide you through the entire program. He or she will guide you through the program, help hold you accountable, and help you understand all the different lessons that you're being taught. Isn't that you're being taught? That way you can actually apply them in your daily life and make the most use of it. Right. So just to give you a quick summary, I have a super cool set of books that serve as a reference and supplement to anything you're learning in school. That way they can have more practice and have more resources available to them at their own disposal quickly. So just to give you a quick summary, we have a set of books that covers all your 4 core subjects from where they are now up until when they graduate, that serve as reference items for them, covering everything in math from algebra, geometry, statistics, measurement, trigonometry, all the way up until calculus. Everything that's covered in the typical K-12 system, we got it booked. In the science section, we cover biology, chemistry, earth science, space science, ecology, and even physics. In the social studies and language arts, we cover history, government, economics, geography, grammar, writing, and literature. Neat, right? Now in the topic source section, the topic source is all about access to different writing sources. And the honors book is all about honors and AP classes honors book actually covers the top 5 most offered honors and AP classes throughout high school. They can enter to apply college credit and do well on the AP exam. Neat, right? Isn't that the best set of books you've ever seen? Wouldn't these have been helpful back when we were younger? Awesome. Wouldn't these have been helpful back when we were younger? Awesome. You can probably see why a lot of families have been picking these up from me, right? Right. Yeah, so our family, so I think the reason that so many families have been picking these up over the last 10 years is because they see education as an investment. Now, sometimes when you think, usually when you think investment, you think huge numbers. Like I know from personal experience, a college textbook can be anywhere from $200 to $300 times 5 or 6 different courses per semester. Even the College Board recommends budgeting anywhere from $2,000 to $2,500 a year. And a personal tutor can cost anywhere from $50 to $100 an hour. An online program, a personal training program like Mathnasium, like a personal tutoring program like Mathnasium, Kumon, or Sullivan can be anywhere from $300 to $600 a month. And families invest a lot of money into those programs because they see the value in education. Because if there's one thing you can't take away from the kids, it's a good education. You can't take away from the kids, it's a good education. I think the reason that so many families have been picking these up from me is because it's practical, user-friendly, and overall it's pretty user-friendly. It's practical, user-friendly, and it doesn't break the bank, you know. For a set of books that cover everything from where they are now up until when they graduate, instead of being $2,000, $2,500, even $3,000, which is what you might expect, it's actually just 4 payments of $250. That's not bad. You know. And the cool thing about the apps and websites is instead of being $100 a month, which is what you might expect for a set of apps that cover everything from where they are now up until when they graduate, where you can put multiple different accounts in, it's just $24.95 a month. That's less than $1 a day. That's less than a trip to Wendy's. You know, when I was catching up with the Jennings family, they were telling me how it takes. When I was catching up with the Jennings family, they were telling me how it takes a lot more than just how they spend a lot more than that on vacations, tablets, video games, sports equipment. Sports equipment, and just time at the fast food drive-through. But when it came to their kids' education, it was about making those small investments. Because if there's small investments, because a good education is something that lasts a lifetime, right? So, so what families really like about the way I do business is I take orders today. You get access to the websites and apps today. I deliver the books today because they're on my bookmobile. But I deliver the books today because they're on my bookmobile. But I've been able to work something out with every single family. Some families can be with the Thompson family where they really wanted to pay all of it at once, so they didn't have to worry about it when I came back. When I came back to make sure so they wouldn't have to worry about it at the end of the month. But my account doesn't close till the end of the summer. So some families want to be like the Thompson. Some families, like the Thompson family, decided to pay it all at once, so they wouldn't have to worry about it when the end of the summer came. Some families, like the Johnson family, decided to break it down into 2 payments, half now and half in a month, so that they can. And other families, so that they can make it so that it could fit within their budget better. And other families wanted to ration it out so that it can cover. And other families wanted to ration it out so that it could be covered by their paychecks throughout the month, throughout the summer. And other families like to break it into 3 or 4 payments throughout the summer. Now, and other families like to break it up into like 3 or 4 payments throughout the summer. Honestly, it doesn't matter to me. Whatever works best for you. Whatever works best. Now, most families pay it all at once. Some families like to go half and half and cover it down. Most families like to pay it off all at once, and sometimes other families like to. Usually it's all at once, That's funny. It's just Martine's different. I really got to listen to a Martine cycle. I'm not gonna lie. I'm at to slide in Martine's DMs just to see if I can get some recordings of his cycles, because that just sounds elite. I'm not gonna lie. I think I'm ready for some of that advanced sales stuff now that I got the sales talk. It's lit. But yeah, where was I? Yeah, whatever works best for you. Oh yeah, and also with the lead program, I don't know if you're interested in that at all, but for that, private tutors and life coaches typically cost like $600-700 a session, but for us it's just $99 a month. It's not bad. That's not bad, and it really all depends on what you find useful in it. And the cool thing is, you could just try it out for a month and you get the booklet. I'm not going to come back and take the booklet away, so I'm not going to come back and take the booklet away, so you could, yeah, awesome. Okay, yeah. So what would you say works best for you? Okay, now to do a proper service, I typically like to come back, make sure everything's set up properly, right? Yeah. Email, phone. I gotta look at the closing steps. I think the focus for tomorrow is gonna be on the closing steps, because that's something that I really gotta lock in on. But yeah, locking on the closing steps, and do 2 more cycles where you're trying to stay as close to word for word as possible before we start adding in all the extra shit. Because this is a longer sit down. Like, this wasn't like I spent a couple minutes memorizing before I got into it. This was like got into it and immediately did my approach, and at 3 minutes I was like past the first page. It should not have taken me 18 minutes to get to the close. The close is like the whole cycle is like 10 minutes, especially with no responses and radio silence. So I gotta stop adding the extra stuff and gotta get smoother with it so that I'm not taking as many pauses. And I also gotta get the closing steps down. I feel like once I get past the not the buying atmosphere, but the price build up. Once I get past the price build up, everything becomes kind of blurry, and I don't like that. I want to be as smooth and as concrete with it as possible. So yeah, we're gonna work on that. That's the goal tomorrow. But yeah, let's get it.